and gentlemen, welcome to Supernatural Selection. I'm your host, Kevin the Bastard. With me this week, Mr. Mike the Skeptic. Mike, how you doing?
I am fed.
Yes, you're full of meat.
And bread.
And bread. You have to make sure we get that bread in there. It's not completely unhealthy, I guess.
Well, no, that's completely...
No, that's true. So you're
really
dead.
Bad.
You're fed and dead.
Oh, I'm not yet.
Okay. And we've got Mr. David Davis. David, how are you doing today?
Doing pretty well. Speaking of meat, I just watched the first 2 episodes of Pam and Tommy and saw Tommy Lee talking to his penis and his penis talking back.
Like, was it just like his crotch talking? Or
no,
was it
they literally have an animatronic penis that speaks to him. It's hilarious.
Out the pee hole?
Yes.
Oh my god.
I need to see this.
It's
so good. It's so good. Like, after we finish recording this, I'm going to watch episode 3.
We don't fucking deserve Sebastian Stan. Can I just say that? So
I'll tell you what's scary is how much Lily James looks like Pamela Anderson.
No, seriously.
Spooky, dude.
Yeah.
Spooky.
She looks like a young Pamela Anderson.
Before she went crazy with all the plastic surgery?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Early Baywatch.
Mm-hmm.
So this week we're doing the Week in Weird. So we have rounded up some stories for you, and I've been looking forward to this because holy crap,
the moon fucked us up.
Man, it really did.
Yeah.
I've had some people come into work being like, "Wow, fuck
Are you
the
gonna
moon,
go see
huh?"
Moonfall?
Am I?
Are you?
I might pirate it, but I don't know if I'm going to go pay money for it. How about you, Mike? You want to see Moonfall? It's about the moon falling to Earth and the hollow moon.
The what's his face?
Roland and Emmerich.
Yeah.
Not Roland Emmerich and Dean Devlin. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Roland and Emmerich. That's 2 characters from something.
Sounds like a band.
Yeah, Roland and Emmerich.
They're playing at the Grand Ole Opry. Roland and Emmerich.
I'm a pickin' and I'm a rollin'. Oh, God. So, this week we have found some interesting stories. I have, now mine this week, both of them are from mysteriousuniverse.org, which is another podcast about the paranormal, but they've got, like, a news thing. And, like, one of my favorite paranormal authors, Nick Redfern, writes for them on occasion. So, like, I'm excited to cover this. And I just really want to go ahead and get my first one out there, if you guys don't mind.
I know you're bursted at the seams, so go for it.
All right.
He's wetting himself in anticipation.
Right.
Say it.
The time a guy stole a new Beatles album from a parallel dimension. Now, I need to preface this with the fact that I remember when this happened. And I don't mean like, yeah, I was there. I mean, like, I remember when this first made it into the news. And I just think it's funny that they're going back and kind of covering it. This article's by Brent Swanser, and it came out on January 27th. The basic idea is that... Let me get past the part in the article where they explain who the Beatles are for all the young people that make me feel bad and old.
Because we're officially at that point in civilization to where now it's like people of a certain age just do not know who the Beatles are.
That terrifies me.
Right?
So, let's see. It starts with a man from Livermore, California, who calls himself James Richards. And on September 29th, 2009, at around 2 p.m., Richards claims he had been driving home with his dog after visiting a friend, and that on the way, he had decided to take a detour through a scenic drive in an area called Del Puerto Canyon, just west of the town of Turlock. And he had to stop because his dog started to whine and really needed to piss. So he gets out, he's walking the dog, and the dog starts chasing rabbits, which kind of sounds like it's dreaming. But here's the thing. This is how you know this story is 100% legit. So Richard steps in a rabbit hole and falls down and knocks himself in the head and goes unconscious.
Yeah, that happens to me all the time.
Yep. And this is when the story of the parallel world starts. So he wakes up in a room with like some weird thing in the corner, and his head's bandaged, and some attractive, like a young, attractive version of Tommy Wiseau is standing in the doorway and explains, "Hey, I found you out like across the street from my house."
Now you got to do it in the voice, though.
"Oh, hi, Mark. I found you across the street from my house with a wounded head, so I brought you in to bandage you. Hi, doggy." Because the guy actually lets the dog in, and there's this nice reunion of man and dog. So, the guy's talking to this dude, and the guy's like, "Yeah, I am an interdimensional explorer." Apparently, he says that the device in the corner is an interdimensional gateway maker, and there's like a list of safe realities that they can visit. And he is responsible for finding safe realities to visit.
Okay.
So, yeah. So,
That's a fun job.
I know. So, dude gets up and he's walking around the apartment talking to the guy. And he comes in the next room. They're talking about differences between the realities, and they get to talking about pop culture. And the guy said the interdimensional traveler says his friend just got back from a Beatles concert. And Richard has to explain that the Beatles broke up, and he's like, they're still around here. I got their new album. So, interdimensional guy gets distracted when somebody knocks on the door. I don't know. I guess it's a land shark. I'm not sure. And dude just straight up steals a tape of a new Beatles album from 2009 and just stuffs in his pocket, and the guy brings him back to our reality. And yeah, the tape doesn't play on any form of tape player in our universe.
Of course not.
Of course.
So did Mark David Chapman miss, or did John Lennon get better?
It doesn't.
Or
how do you?
Maybe.
That's like asking. That's like seeing the Zapruder film and going, "Do you think he's going to be okay?
You think they could put him back together?
Do you maybe some tape?
Maybe that reality he didn't read Catcher in the Rye.
Oh, what? Maybe he listened to the little people in his head and was like, "No, you're right. I am insane. I'm talking to little people." So he just stayed in Hawaii. But I don't know. I don't know what the deal is with John Lennon and how they didn't break up, because they were gonna break up. Anyway.
Yeah. I mean, everybody who watched the Get Back special they did, it's like, the days were numbered.
Yeah. So anyway, while he was in the alternate universe, dude lets him listen to some of this stuff, and Richards has attempted to recreate the music he heard, and while it's Beatles-esque, it's not even remotely proof. But so this guy has an unplayable tape of an album called Everyday Chemistry. And he can't do anything with it after a head injury.
Yeah.
Sounds legit to me.
Yeah. So, Mike, you end up in an alternate reality.
Mm-hmm.
What are you going to do to prove it when you get back?
I don't know. I mean, depends on where I am and what's around me. Obviously, you'd have to bring something back, because otherwise, it's just the ranting and ravings of a lunatic.
And the thing is, I don't even really know what you could do. Like, okay, I've got a tape and it doesn't play on anything. Well, you're fucked.
A newspaper?
You know what? That would be a good idea. David, how about you?
Because you can print a fake newspaper. I would say maybe get like
true.
a photo with yourself, but then someone could say, "Oh, that's just Photoshop." So,
I mean, but it'd be, just my luck. I would be in an alternate dimension and grab a newspaper and come back, and it turns out the news is completely the same. That's not the differences. It could be like, dinosaurs flying through the sky and everything, but because it's, normal everyday shit, nobody talks about it.
Yeah.
It's a parallel universe where the only difference is like the coin flip outcome is different.
Yeah.
Just like that episode of Futurama.
Exactly. Yeah.
What a shitty alternate dimension.
I know. Well, okay. Here's the thing. The Beatles still being around in 2009. Do you know how much shitty music they probably came out with?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, God. God.
Like, there was probably like that weird country electronica period, that George Harrison got into. Mm-hmm. There's like a whole album Ringo probably wrote.
They figured it's about time he gets one.
Yeah. And
there's
then
an album that's just animal songs.
And yeah. It's just animal songs or animal noises even.
There's probably like a techno version of Sgt. Pepper. This is Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club or something like that.
Yeah. Ooh.
Yep.
Actually, I kind of like that idea.
John Lennon finally browbeat them into letting Yoko join the Beatles.
Oh, no. Have y'all seen that video of her and Chuck Berry?
Yeah, you've shown it to me.
Oh my God, it's hilarious. Where he's up there singing and playing guitar.
It's like on some.
Yeah, it's on television. It's a variety show or something. It's him, John Lennon, and Yoko Ono, and they're all up there performing, and he's singing, and then she goes, ah! Doing her Yoko thing,
caterwauling.
and just watching Chuck Berry's eyes get used, like, what the fuck?
What the fuck is this woman doing?
And then, right after that, they unplugged her microphone.
Yeah, her. Well, they didn't unplug it, but you just
cut her mic.
Mic just drops out, and you'd still see her. She's yelling back there, but you can't hear her.
It's fucking hilarious.
That is funny.
So, David, what you got for us?
Okay. Well, I have a fun one for you.
Okay.
So the headline is, after a ghost at a haunted hotel called one of the girls a bitch, the girls couldn't sleep.
Whoopty shit. I can't sleep. The ghost called me a bitch.
Yeah, just imagine you're lying in bed trying to get some sleep after a long day, and you just hear out of nowhere, just bitch.
Wait, you don't get that?
So it's ghost hunters, huh?
Oh, God.
So let me go ahead and read this article a little bit. So
please do.
After a terrifying experience at a haunted city center hotel, this is in Liverpool, where a spirit allegedly called one of them a bitch, 2 ghost hunters said they couldn't sleep. In the terrifying encounter, they also claimed to have smelled rotten meat and heard gunshots.
Look, I don't know that that's not just Liverpool.
I was going to say, they're in Liverpool. They're probably just in a hostel in Liverpool, and that shit's going on.
Yeah. I mean, that's like saying you're in... oh, no, I heard gunshots in South Jackson. Yeah, you did.
The name is Liverpool. It's going to smell like rotten meat.
I swear, yeah. No, dead fish on
and
the
just
on the ocean.
Someone randomly every 15 minutes is going to yell bitch.
Well, and talk about a synchronicity, because we were just talking about the Beatles.
Yeah. Oh, you're right.
Right out of Liverpool. So
wow.
So Jessica Sims, 22, and Ellie Mae Ramsey, 19, from the Isle of Man, visited Liverpool on January 9th, 2022, and stayed at the Adelphi Hotel after hearing about ghost hunters staying there and being cursed by spirits.
Can I just say it should be the Isle of Man Go to Hell?
Okay.
Well, these are 2 women. It should be Isle of Woman.
Whoa, man.
Yep.
I would love to see the friggin' reviews of the Adelphi Hotel.
Right? We may have to look that up.
Yeah.
So the hotel, quote, didn't feel right from the start, according to the couple, who run a YouTube channel called Jess and Ellie. Oh, are they dating? They're listed as a couple here. That's cute.
I
That's
think
sweet.
so.
Well, they have matching eyebrows, so maybe.
That's genetics.
Yeah, you know, when you get with someone and your eyebrows match, the same way with Kevin and Kit.
No.
Quote, "It didn't feel right," the terrified couple said of the hotel. "One of the first things we noticed when we checked out the room was that it kept going from really warm to really cold."
They're fighting over the air conditioning controls.
Mm-hmm.
And someone who, as someone who writes articles and such, there's a lot of issues with this article because they like immediately drop the quotations in an actual quote.
Yeah.
We both got goosebumps and shiver for no apparent reason at times. There was also a gunshot from the inside going through the window, which was eerie.
That's
like,
not
are
eerie.
they saying there was an actual gunshot? What?
Well,
so the ghost had a gun, and someone owed the ghost money, and so he had to, go get his money from the bitch.
Like white women do, white women ghost hunters, they went for a walk around the hotel with a spirit box and EMF reader to see if they could communicate with the spirits. And then the next sentences were just repeating that they took the spirit box and EMF reader to walk around the hotel. This is a terrible article. According to them, they saw shadows, felt a drastic temperature change, and smelled raw meat. So we're just repeating information here. Wow, this is a very bad article.
Yeah.
Yeah, this isn't great, but according to the girls, things took a strange turn when one of them was referred to as a bitch by a spirit. When they returned to the room, they used the spirit box to communicate with the ghost, claiming to be shocked when the male spirit responded with, "You bitch." Okay, so, again, very poor writing here.
Yes.
When Jess asked the spirits if they wanted her to turn off the camera, one said, "Don't try." A different voice can be heard over the spirit box saying, "That's it, silly girls." Despite being called names by the dead, Jess said, "I wouldn't stay there again unless I was forced to." Well, why is that despite? What the hell is going on with this article? You know what? I'm going to call out... Wow, I don't even see an author. Oh, no, I have an author here. Michael Kurt.
Well, Michael Kurt
Terrible
needs
job,
to friggin' get on the ball, man. So,
terrible job. Interesting story, terribly written.
So I have looked up the Britannia Adelphi Hotel in Liverpool on Expedia.com.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It has a 2.8 out of 5 rating.
So
Not
just under 3.
too bad, honestly. I've seen
Yeah,
worse.
but...
Kevin, that's probably, similar to the Crescent City Hotel we stayed in.
Sure, yeah, they're saying property conditions and facilities are bad. Cleanliness, bad.
Can't be that bad if people are given it enough to get up to above 2 stars.
The building is in bad...
Haunted.
Okay, here's
It's
one.
an amazing continental breakfast.
1 out of 5, terrible. The building is in a bad state. Shame because it's a beautiful but old building. We had no heating at all in our room. It was very cold. When we told reception, they shrugged us off. Won't book there again.
This has become an episode of Another Dirty Room.
Yes. 1 out of 5, terrible. From Adrian, traveled with family. Queue for 50 minutes to check in.
For that a place?
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Wow.
it's the British. They love queuing.
1 out of 5, terrible by Craig. Worst hotel ever.
Worst hotel ever.
Worst hotel ever.
Yeah. You win on that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep, comic book guy, man.
Okay, yeah, no, there's a lot of 1-star reviews with pictures of extremely filthy hotel rooms.
So if there's that many 1-star reviews, that means there are just some people sandbagging it with 5-star reviews.
Yeah,
to get that up to
pretty much
above
It's
average.
all apparently filthy and gunshot noises, and it smells like rotten meat. It's just a shitty hotel.
Yeah.
Why are there so many gunshots?
I don't know, but I just love the idea of, like, oh, the ghost called us a bitch. And it's like they're sitting there talking to ghosts and the guy in the room next to him. Bitch!
Look, you didn't stay in the fucking Ritz-Carlton.
Yeah.
My cat's making a drive-by by the microphone.
Okay.
Say hello, Zelda.
Hi, Zelda.
Oh, she just wants to be up in my lap, apparently.
That's fine.
Oh.
So, yeah, it sounds more like they just stayed in a shitty hotel
Pretty much.
and thought it was paranormal. Yeah, I don't know. And they're influencers, so they're like predetermined to be like, it's ghosts.
Well, yeah, I mean, anyone that's self-described as a ghost hunter obviously already has a horse in that race.
Yeah. Look. Yeah. No.
I mean, you wouldn't describe yourself as a ghost hunter.
Me?
Look, they
God,
just
no.
want answers, answers.
I'm a ghost researcher.
If you came to me and with ghost stuff, I wouldn't immediately be like, "Oh, you're just full of shit." I'd be like, "Okay, well, what did you see?"
Okay, because like my immediate thought is, Mike, what? I wouldn't be like immediately like you're full of shit. I'd be like, what happened? All right, now you're full of shit. But no, I mean, I know you. You'd be like, well, tell me about it.
Yeah, but someone says, excuse me.
My God, the corona.
Jesus,
Yeah.
I have to cut that one.
But someone says, I'm a ghost hunter. It's like, you're just, I don't want to say you're dumb, but yeah, I don't want to believe anything you say.
Here's the thing. There's some people that if I talk to them, I don't know. I've talked to, I've interviewed Clark on here. He's a ghost hunter. I plan on interviewing someone else that's been on ghost hunts, but isn't a ghost hunter. But yes, there's a certain bend toward I'm going to believe this stuff.
No matter what.
No matter what, yes. Now, there are some stories that I've heard, like from Clark, where I'm like, ooh, that's pretty creepy. But this is two TikTokers.
Yes.
YouTubers.
YouTubers, that's even worse.
Who have a lot to gain from this being,
Yeah.
Seen as real.
But we're all in agreement that they stayed in a shitty hotel.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
They went to the wrong side of town, stayed in a shitty hotel. Probably, there was a pimp next door shouting about his bitch.
I just keep thinking about like a British pimp.
Yeah.
And how off-putting that is.
Pimp named Sweet Tooth.
I can't do a British accent, otherwise I would do.
Boy, where's my money, bitch?
Where's me money, bitch?
And the bad thing is, I picture it like being the guy from Diane Wood. It just
what's that guy's name?
I don't know.
I don't remember his name.
But that guy.
I know that guy.
Yeah.
Any of our British listeners, we're sorry.
Yeah, I apologize, but like that's what I'm picturing. He's even got like the 9mm bong. You remember that one he had?
Yeah.
You take hits out of the barrel. Okay, so David, thank you for that one. Mike, what have you got for us right now?
So I think I'll save that one for later. So, a pissed off American hacker claims he took down North Korea's internet all by himself.
Oh yeah, America.
So, a hacker only known as P4X
Hey, I'm
taking credit.
I just want to say I want to give him credit for not being like, Hot Cock 007.
Or, Anonymous 3576.
Yeah.
But, so apparently he was the target of North Korea. So this was retaliation. So his systems were attempted to be penetrated by what at the time. So I remember hearing about this, the American, cyber, whoever does that shit, I forget.
Okay.
But there was a report saying that some, quote, foreign government actors were trying to gain access to systems. And it turns out North Korea was trying to hack security researchers, like back in January of was this last year?
2021?
Mid-January. It just says mid-January, so that was
okay.
This
year,
a month ago. But and apparently this pissed off P4X that North Korea was trying to hack his Gibson. So he flipped the script and did a DDoS on them and took their whole internet down, which obviously isn't a whole lot because it's North Korea, but it was down for 6 hours.
Oh wow, they took down the Commodore 64, huh?
Yeah. Oh my God. I was going to say, it doesn't. I can't imagine it takes a lot to take down the North Korean internet.
Well, Probably not. But imagine the like hacker cred you get for saying, "Yeah, I took down a country."
Shit, I'm giving him cred.
I mean, that just, I don't know if there are hacker groupies, but that'll bring them in if there are such things. Otherwise, that's good for at least a drink or two at DEF CON, right?
Sure, it's enough to land him Halle Berry. We've seen hackers.
Oh yeah, true,
yeah. Or
Swordfish.
That's Swordfish. Yeah, Swordfish. I was gonna say
hackers was Angelina Jolie.
Yes, young Angelina Jolie.
So,
sorry, what were we talking about?
Hacking the Gibson of North Korea.
Yes, Hacksaw to Gibson. So he took down North Korea's internet
for 6 hours.
That's pretty damned impressive.
Yeah, considering also that North Korea probably doesn't have a whole lot of like backup like links or anything. A lot of small countries, especially if they only have like one main pipe, will try to have like some failover. Like, for instance, Tonga, with the recent volcanic eruption.
Yeah,
they lost their main submarine telecommunications cable.
Right.
Well,
right.
that cable was put in place to replace their shitty satellite links, and I guess they just got rid of the satellite links because, like, hey, we got a cable, what could go wrong?
Well, the island blew up.
Yeah, the island blew up, took out the cable, so they had no real internet. I don't think they still do. I think it's still damaged.
Always have a backup.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure right now they're like, oh no, we don't have internet. You know what would be great though? Fucking sandwiches or something.
So I can imagine the only place North Korea has, internet through is China.
That's true.
It has to go through them because I don't see anybody else letting them have a, connection.
That makes sense. I don't know who else would be willing to give them internet.
And anything else would have to go in an undersea cable.
Yeah.
Then you have to lay that cable, which is pretty expensive.
Mm-hmm. So. Interesting. And what was this guy's name again?
P4X.
P4X. Praise you.
Pax, maybe, if you're speaking Leet.
Oh, yeah, Pax. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Like the Kevin Spacey movie.
Or just as the Latin for people.
Oh, that was K-Pax. Sorry.
K-Pax.
Which really sounds like a medication.
Just for Korean people, I guess.
Ask your doctor if K-Pax is right for you. Oh, boy. So,
ask your...
Neat.
Ask your... never mind.
Onsologist?
Yeah, no. I don't know. I lost it.
Okay, that's fine.
I realized the joke I was going to say was the exact same joke you just did.
But
I hate it when that happens.
Yeah, I was going to do the same joke, but with bigger words.
Yes. My joke version would have been better.
That's my shtick.
You throwing around your $5 words.
I paid for bigger words, yes.
God damn it. You and your bigger words. All right. So, what else have I got on the agenda?
What do you have?
While we're talking about regimes, UFO expert claims Putin is scaring away extraterrestrials.
Well, yeah.
By Paul Seaburn, and this was released on your birthday, Mike.
Yay.
Now, the thing is, when it says UFO expert, I don't know how many of you guys know who Nick Pope is.
How many quotation marks are around expert?
Well, actually, none, because Nick Pope was the UK's official government UFO research guy.
So
for their Project Blue Book type thing.
It's pretty bona fide in the UFO world.
In the UFO world and in the government world, in the UK. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So, if you believe the, quote, zoo theory or one of the other conjectures centered around the idea that extraterrestrials are watching Earth and its inhabitants either for our protection or their entertainment, then you might agree with recent comments by Nick Pope, England's most well-known UFO expert. Pope implies that ETs are no longer worried about our own well-being, especially with our propensity to build nuclear weapons and plants, but instead are worried about their own safety. And the human they seem to fear the most is Vladimir Putin. So the Daily Star in the UK got some quotes from Nick Pope, former UFO investigator at the British government's Ministry of Defense. So that's how bona fide he is, Mike.
Mm-hmm.
And they're saying that aliens are terrified that World War III is going to happen with this whole Ukraine thing, which, you know, fair dinkum. But let's see, here's the first quote. Quote, highly evolved extraterrestrials probably regard warfare as something that only primitive civilizations engage in. So the Ukraine situation means we're unlikely to get an invitation to join the Galactic Federation for the time being. End quote. Now, can we talk about the fact that he just threw Galactic Federation out there like it's nothing?
Yeah.
He's bona fide.
Yeah. But Galactic Federation.
Yeah. And also it says, down here it says, to imply the Galactic Federation, the alleged council of various alien species that rule over the cosmos.
That's a lot of assumptions.
That's this. Right. Sorry, go ahead, David.
No, I was just saying, right? There's a lot to unpack there.
Yeah, that's a lot. Yeah. The word alleged is doing some heavy ass lifting in this.
Oh, that's like the cement that joins together this whole, bullshit house.
This motherfucker, the word alleged needs a back brace right now. Okay, quote, aliens might wonder at the wisdom of the UK going up against Russia, but would probably realize that being in a coalition helps. And if they knew their Earth history, they know never write off the Brits, end quote.
Yeah, because they'll come, drink your tea and, colonize you.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
They'll make snarky sitcoms that then later get remade into other countries.
Come on, the only time that really worked was Sanford and Son.
What about The Office?
Well, The Office.
Oh, I forgot.
And you don't like The Office.
And then Ghosts on CBS right now. Ghost is excellent.
Is it?
Oh yeah, no.
That's the one about the house. It's full of ghosts from like all time and everything.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I think you'd enjoy it.
I've heard good things about the British version, so
I will say I saw the American pilot for the IT Crowd, and it was the same. I mean,
it's exactly the same.
I think it could have worked. I don't know why they never picked it up.
I just didn't like the guy they had playing the main dude.
Weird because I like Joel McHale.
Yeah, me too, but not in that role.
Yeah, he did definitely needed. They definitely needed
too
a
much
nerdier.
Energy.
Well, no, he was too good looking.
Just bring back the soup.
They need the soup. Yeah. They needed someone that was weedier and nerdier. What's the British guy's? I don't remember that played
Chris O'Dowd.
Yeah. He looked like he could be an IT nerd.
He looked like he'd never seen the sun.
The apathetic, kind of guy that thinks he's cool.
Come on,
which everybody knows that he's a giant nerd, but he thinks he's cool.
Have you tried turning it off and then on again?
But I could believe him. Joe McHale.
Also, I look at him and I'm like, that's Joel McHale.
Yeah. So but other than that, but I think he did a good enough job. Like he hit the comedy beats well.
Sure. Well, he's not a bad actor.
Yeah, but
Community.
Yeah, Community.
Right.
Yep. That was a good 4-season show.
Hopefully 6 seasons in a movie one day.
So here's another quote.
Yeah.
Quote, Russia is increasingly preparing its military strength in the midst of the threat of the outbreak of World War III, end quote. And I'm like, I don't see how this relates to aliens.
Oh, we have to continue talking about that? No. I forgot what we were talking about. Man. No, I forgot what we were talking about. But, so here's the thing. This is nothing new from Russia. So this is a straw that broke the Galactic Federation's back. Like, not Crimea. Not, all the other bullshit Putin's,
maybe the Galactic Federation's actually siding with Russia, and they saw Crimea as a legal annexation.
Oh, God damn it. No, that'd
be the fucked up part, right?
That's just the Greys. Just the Greys are siding with Russia. They're using us, but they've sided with Russia. They're really into
Stroganoff.
God damn it.
But, see, there's so much other shit. It's like, so the Galactic Federation was okay with Trump, but,
Right. How does the Galactic Federation deal with the fact that we can't seem to get a fucking disease managed in 2 years?
They're okay with the China's treatment of the Uyghurs.
Yeah.
But this
is the one.
This is the thing that they just like, okay, all that shit was bad, but, Russia continuing to invade people, that's where we draw the line.
I think that the reason they're scared is because one day he's just going to rip his skin off and we'll see the lizard man underneath.
Well, and it's not about Russia invading, it's people having issue with Russia invading, which the whole like concept here skews a little bit more towards like Russian disinformation, if I can be so bold. Because the issue is they're not concerned about like Russia making invasions. It's like Britain going toe to toe with Russia over something like that. That's where the tension is. So I don't know. This guy may be high up on the totem pole, but I wouldn't be surprised if he was vodka.
Yeah. Let's not forget that Nick Pope, and I don't trust Nick Pope. I'm not gonna lie.
Well, with a name like the Pope, you gotta trust him.
Yeah, Nick Pope. Put that boy down.
Nick Pope.
But, like, seriously, he, I don't know. He's one of those people that, like, for lack of a better term, I think he's a government shill.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, totally. Just from this alone. I don't know a ton about him. I'm familiar with him to a degree, but, like, just hearing this, I'm just feeling like, I think he's there just to, like, misdirect us from things.
Yeah, no. I mean, like, there's people, like, okay, God bless him. I miss Stanton Friedman. Like, I trust Stanton Friedman. Show me the science.
Show me the money.
Oh, that's terrible. All right. Well, anyway, that's my last one there. What's up?
So the whole Russia thing, it's pretty fucked up, right?
Yeah.
I would say so.
So after having seen, how this shit played out in Crimea, and at that point I was like, why the fuck did, the world let that happen? Now, Russia keeps saying we want assurances that you don't let Ukraine into NATO, right?
Right.
I'm like, do it. Why not? I mean,
just
force
the issue.
Ukraine into NATO or make Russia those assurances.
No, that's what I'm saying. If Ukraine wants in, let them the fuck in.
Yeah,
why not?
No, it's that whole thing with nuclear proliferation.
I mean, if a country wants admittance to it, they should be able to get in. It shouldn't be we'll piss off Russia thing. It should be their self-determination. They should be able to do that. I don't know.
We're getting into like politics and stuff. But it's clear that like Putin wants to do USSR sphere of influence again.
Yes,
they lost all of that. He's an old school KGB guy.
Oh yeah, he wants to bring back the glory days of Mother Russia.
Yeah,
glory days.
But I mean,
pass you by glory days.
Just we touched on it, so I just wanted to say it's like I keep hearing news about it. It's like, so.
Fuck them.
Not fuck them. I mean, but
no. I mean that's what I mean. Like fuck them. Let Ukraine into into NATO. Just do it. Force the issue.
We just lost all of our Russian listeners.
Yep. Well, there you go. We actually have some Russian listeners on Deviant Behavior Radio, so we apologize.
Greetings, comrades.
We do not hate the Russian people. We just there's
sucks.
Some political shit.
I think we'll take that stance. Putin sucks.
Putin sucks. We also agreed. Trump sucked too. So.
No.
Biden sucks.
Most leaders in the world are terrible people.
They suck.
That's That's how you become a leader. You have to do terrible things.
Yep, you gotta go to the after party.
Don't believe in the cult of personality.
Boom.
Yep.
So, David, what else you got?
Okay, well, speaking of cult of personality and world leaders, I found a subreddit post on r/True Scary Stories from user Mahino Detective, and the title is "I just found a deep web sex cult."
Oh shit!
Yeah. So this is still unfurling.
Is this the one with Allison Mack?
No, that's Nexium.
Oh,
yeah. That one we should all know about at this point.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm sorry, my cat is like writhing around on the table. In front of the microphone.
Is it trying to get into the deep web sex cult?
I think she's trying to say hi to Conti.
No.
Oh.
Well, Conti's like fucked off somewhere.
Yeah, he's off doing cat things.
Okay, so
this has been Cat Chat.
I'm just gonna go ahead and read this post. It's pretty short. Before we start, I think some backstory is needed. I very often browse the deep web using the Tor search engine, and it's something that interests me greatly. Today, I was browsing a pastebin site I found, and there was an entry called Sex Cult Religion. Obviously, that drew my attention, and I clicked it. After I put in the onion link, a site popped up which included a lot of satanic goat head symbols, but their banner was a picture of a flower with 3 pictures of underage girls on it. They call themselves the Secret Garten Friends.
Oh no.
There was a click more sign at the bottom of the page, so of course I did just that.
It was an FBI honeypot.
Right? No, I have a bunch of thoughts on this story, but a new page showed up with a picture of a black satanic goat symbol in front of a forest picture. On this page, they left some contact info about how you can become, quote, a friend. Again, on the bottom of the page, there was a click here sign, and I did just that. It took me to a completely black page with a picture of a black-eyed goat head and red text under it saying, "Are you a friend?" in all caps. Click here and enter the password to view the website. This is where I stopped. I was not liking this anymore, and also I am guessing you either have to contact them to even get a password, which I am not willing to do. I really hope this is a dark art project and not a real deep web sex cult. I still think I have the link if anyone is interested, although I wouldn't recommend it. And naturally, a bunch of the replies to the thread are, "Hey, can I have the link?"
But so he got to a login, and then that's where he stopped because he didn't want to go deeper.
Right, but
because
motherfucker, you already went past the picture of underage children.
It wasn't.
I assume we've all been on the deep web, right?
No, actually, I haven't.
Okay, because I've done Tor, I've done the onion skin thing. I've been on the deep web, and deep web websites don't look like normal websites. Like 90% of the deep web is just like back-end files on servers and just databases of stuff. So I think this is a made-up story. But like the person did reply in a later comment that like some of the people are gonna like look into it or whatever. But it's a lot of it just lines up with the satanic panic bullshit.
Yeah.
A lot of the QAnon Comet pizza crap. So I'm curious. Like I want to see if this unfolds and if there's any more info that comes out of it. I think it's just a LARP. I think it's a LARP because it's too engineered with all of the tropes of it all.
Yeah.
I just don't think your typical sex cult is going to go straight for the satanic imagery.
And my favorite part is when he first found it. It was on a pastebin site under a link called Sex Cult Religion.
Sex cult religion.
You see on the list, you're like sex cult religion, and then you're shocked to see like, oh, it's a sex cult religion. But the fact that it was even on a pastebin, like pastebins aren't on the dark web.
Yeah, I was gonna say I thought pastebin was like a real site.
Yeah. So this like I feel like it's a
dark
lot
web
of
pastebin.
Dark web. Yes, Letterkenny. No, so I found it interesting. Like I've been on the dark web. It's not that impressive.
From what I've heard, it's relatively boring.
Yeah. Like you can find a hitman, sure, mostly used to buy drugs.
It's never a hitman.
You could find a cop pretending to be a hitman.
Yes, thank you, Mike. That's what I was. It's never a contract killer.
There's a great quote in one of the there's a great comment here. It's weird how many people want the link, though, isn't it? Are they all detectives?
I'm not a pervert at all. What's the link?
This was on Reddit, right?
Of course.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, they all wanted
the
the CP.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm also curious. Mind sending me the link as well? Can you send me the link? I work with cybersecurity and I could help.
Sure.
Hey
Sure.
man, if you could send me a link, please, it would be great. So this is just. I wonder if this is like a honeypot operation in and of itself. Just this post.
Probably.
If you get the login information, you sign in. It's just a picture of Chris Hansen that says, "Have a seat."
It's just a cardboard box that says FBI, and in it, it's like a little plate that has a little piece of cheese on it, and trying to lure people.
Oh yeah, with a stick holding it up and a string attached to the stick. Yeah, no, that's all it is. Oh god, that's great. I love.
Yeah.
And the thing is, so many people don't know anything about like the dark web, and like I've never been, but I know enough. And people just—it's like the Satanic Panic, but with the internet.
Yep. It just the over the top nature of like, okay, so it has 3 different landing pages, all depicting goats, asking you if you're a friend. It sounds like very like 1998 GeoCities.
You know what it makes me think of? Hell.com.
The fact that you didn't mention one under construction GIF.
I know.
Right. No dancing baby in sight.
Oh,
Yep.
man. What about letters dripping blood?
Oh,
Yeah,
what,
right.
what about that
Like-
one eyeball GIF looking through the page?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
It's just that combination of this ridiculous thing and then all the people asking for the link.
I know.
Yes, no.
It's like that episode of Always Sunny where they talk to the girl about the revenge porn, and Max just like, oh, that's terrible. Websites where they post those things? What websites?
Not subtle at all about...
Specifically, what websites I need to double check.
I'm
this.
inferring for a friend, yes.
Yeah.
There's at least 2 people in this thread claiming to work in cybersecurity.
I don't know.
Lighthearted
It's-
fun for us.
Yeah, it seriously does remind me of the old Hell.com days where you would go to Hell.com. It would be like, we're going to erase your hard drive. And it's just an art project.
Oh, yeah, and then like rotten.com.
Oh, God. I was actually talking to someone earlier today about rotten.com. And they were talking about how, oh, God, I saw like somebody's throat get cut. And I was like, oh, it's terrible. I saw a guy fuck a chicken to death.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Terrible.
Yep.
Oh, man.
I think I got off lightly with that, actually.
Back when the internet was the Wild West and not a series of 6 websites that are all interlinked.
Not a corporate, dystopia.
Not a corporate thing in sight, in fact.
Like the internet was still very much a dystopia. It just wasn't a corporate dystopia.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Well, no, I wouldn't say it was a dystopia, but it was definitely...
Kevin watched a guy fuck a chicken to death. That's
Yeah,
very
I
dystopian.
did. Yeah. I saw Tub Girl.
Oh, Tub Girl, Meat Spin, Lemon Party. all the
Goatsy.
hits, all the classics.
Goatsy, cannot let...
$10.
Oh my God, we should do like a K-Tel super hits of the early internet. And like it's just nothing but it's a CD-ROM that has like all the sites and it's all just set to that song from Leak Spin.
Yeah, we'll just download them. We'll just download it from archive.org, sell them on a CD.
Go. Yeah.
With the AOL design. And just like, here's your dose of the 90s.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that'd be great. Mike, what have you got for a second one, bud?
Dang it, I had something on the old internet stuff and I forgot it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I had a comment and
I'm
y'all
sorry.
talked it away.
I'm sorry.
So I guess I will just go with,
Scatswap.avi?
yeah, no.
Okay.
That apparently the U.S. government is doubling down on this Havana Syndrome stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So But there was a so apparently recently there was a panel discussing the Havana Syndrome, and
was this at Comic-Con?
No, it was what does it say? An intelligence panel. So that's an oxymoron there.
An intelligence panel in Washington?
A government intelligence panel investigating the cause of...
That's not it. That close enough. Close enough.
You know, investigating the Havana Syndrome, said that some of the episodes could, quote, plausibly have been caused by, quote, pulsed electromagnetic energy emitted by an external source. I don't know which way I go, but it's thinking that it is some weird weapon thing is kind of terrifying, but also sad because that's all they could do is make some people mildly sick.
Right.
So
they're gonna tickle your bum from another building.
I mean, it's terrifying in that, you know,
they can do it.
They're trying this and, like, you know, but then again, I realize, you know, the U.S. is probably doing shit like that.
Oh yeah, man.
A couple of Chinese agents, like, we're gonna make you poop yourself. We're gonna make you poop yourself.
Make you feel kind of dizzy and nauseous.
Look, until they give me, like, uncontrolled explosive diarrhea, I just don't feel that threatened.
But so Biden
They're
apparently
try to dehydrate you the slow way.
Make you keep shitting yourself just all the time, just shitting yourself. It's like, you know, Pavlov's dog, but, you know, for shitting.
Every time you hear a tone, you shit your pants.
Every time the phone rings, just
they like in your Christmas Story.
They psychosomatically implant a brown noise, basically. So apparently, Biden officially named a Havana Syndrome coordinator.
There you go.
Well,
getting to the bottom of things finally.
Yes, yeah. Thank you, Joe.
I just want health care.
But yeah, an interagency coordinator to, you know, look into Havana Syndrome. It's like, I mean, I guess, you know, as a government, even if it's bullshit, you have to, like, kind of take it seriously.
Yeah.
Unlike healthcare.
And because, you know, and they could, you know, in 3 to 12 months come out with a report that says, yeah, no, this is bullshit. Like, some people just ate at Taco Bell. Some other people, you know, listen to Enya. But, you know, that's why they all shit themselves.
Wait. What does Enya have to do with explosive diarrhea?
You've never shit yourself while listening to Enya?
No.
Man, your mood was a different experience for you, apparently.
Holy shit, man.
It was just what was on, what I could
DJ Dato's X-Files remix gives you an erection. It's like, man, that's a powerful album.
But, you know.
Man, Oriental Flow just has a whole new meaning now. Holy shit.
But, you know, and they could come up with that. Because, like I said, it's not like, it's not tacit endorsement of this theory. It's just sort of
we're looking into it.
It's like, we need to look into it. So you like were found picking your nose in the last meeting, so you get to, you know, look into this shit.
I'm amazed that, like, we're actually having a discussion of, quote, directed energy attacks.
Yeah,
like, that's the thing.
Yeah, and if, knowing that what the U.S. government has admitted to having, like the quote pain rays and stuff, that it was basically a giant dish mounted to a Humvee. I mean, how much gear would this shit need? Like, it's not something you're just gonna be powered off a couple of, you know, car batteries.
Wait a minute. You said a van with a satellite dish on
Humvee,
it.
yes.
A Humvee. What if that's what the birds aren't real van is?
No, because this thing's military as fuck.
Yeah, but
look, it's a satellite. Kevin, remember the satellite dish in our backyard when we had the house? Yeah, it was a satellite dish like that strapped to the top of a fucking Humvee. It's not subtle in any means.
Oh, okay.
because that's what's needed to focus the microwave radiation.
Subtle.
Yeah. So yeah, basically the pain ray is, blasting people with microwaves. Low power microwaves, but still microwaves, and it makes it feel like your skin's burning.
And then also the popcorn in your house is just going to start spontaneously popping.
I was going to say they shot microwaves at my nuts, but one of them didn't pop.
God damn. That's not an image I wanted. But now I see this kind of like, it's like a giant popcorn. That's, ow.
Oh.
Lord forbid anyone's in a space blanket at the time.
Oh, God. Hey, man, you better watch out for your popcorn sack.
Yeah, you only get 2.
Yep. You get 2 pops.
Is that what they mean by bust a nut?
Yes.
So, God damn it.
That's still not the right fucking button.
Right?
Fuck. Kevin has pushed every button but the right button.
Jesus.
That scared the shit out of me.
Sorry, dude. Oh, God. Okay. So
what do you guys think? Just coincidental illness bullshit, or actual government energy weapon actor?
You know what I think.
I think it's probably real. I think it's just they're testing the technology. It's not going to go anywhere for a long time. Like they're not, because the problem with this sort of technology is you need to make it as more powerful at a smaller scale, and we're just not there technologically.
Space disease.
Space disease.
I said it last time. I'm saying it again.
I'm so disappointed in you.
God damn it, Mike. Fuck you. It's a space disease. Deal with it.
Only targeting people staying in Havana embassies.
Yeah, sure.
Well, we did mention it was another...
Well, yeah, but okay, yeah. Only people staying in embassies.
Maybe.
Are you saying that it's an M disease?
Oh.
I'm saying you should
that
have...
That was bad even for me, Shane. I'm sorry.
That's not even your one.
I'm just saying you should have some empathy.
No, both of you just shut up. Oh, God.
Podcast is over.
This is it. This is the last. No, I'm kidding. So we do have a question, but before we get to questions, first off, does anybody have any other thoughts on this Havana disease thing? Honestly, I do think it's some kind of like mildly uncomfortable ray.
That's a great name for a weapon in a game.
A mildly uncomfortable ray.
Here's the problem though with an embassy though, is that supposedly, admittedly, you have contractors and stuff, but an embassy is an extension of its controlling government. So a U.S. embassy,
it's technically foreign soil
is
in your country.
U.S. soil. So how are you going to get that shit in there? Otherwise, unless you're doing it from, across the street.
Well, as long as no one embassies it coming in, you're fine.
Yeah. Means you're like paying, the housekeeping staff to smuggle this very secret weapon in there.
I have an uncomfortable ray for you.
No, towels only. Towels only.
God damn it. I feel like we really need X this week.
Yeah, I've got a fun one for us, so, X is going to give it to us right now.
Like you.
Okay, so are you two gentlemen familiar with the concept of the back rooms?
I am actually familiar with the back rooms.
The back, like where you keep the porn? At the video store?
So,
no.
It usually has a beaded curtain.
It's a viral thing going on, not a virus, but the idea of slipping between realities and into this place called the back rooms, which is playing with these ideas of liminal spaces and that sort of thing.
Mike, imagine you slip out of reality and you fall into something called the back rooms that is basically like a shitty office with nothing in it. That's
I'll post
infinite.
an iconic photo on the host talk for you so you can see what I mean.
So I did night security for, 7 years or so. No, I worked for the company for 7 years, but I did night security for 5 at least years. Mm-hmm. That looks like my nightly routine for 5 years. It's like half the floors looked like that. So that's nothing special.
Yeah.
Because I teach about liminal spaces in my class last week. We talked about liminal spaces. I had a job where I would lock up a small college campus at night where I was literally the only person on this entire campus. Granted, it wasn't a big one, but I'd have to go around and lock everything up. So I'm right there with you, and it's unsettling. There's that unsettling aspect of these places that are formerly full of life and purpose that are now essentially devoid of it.
It really does look like something you accidentally no-clip into while you're playing Half-Life.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, like I would have a big, so where I was most of the time, it was 2 towers, kind of like, very, very small World Trade Centers. But they were both, like, I think one was like 8 floors and one was 9 floors or something like that. And, once per night, I had to, like, do a tour of each building. So, I'd basically do one and then, partway through my shift do the other, and just walking up and down the stairwells through every floor, making sure, stuff was locked, things were turned off that needed to be turned off, things like that. And yeah, I wouldn't say creepy. Creepy is the wrong word.
It's unsettling.
Mildly, yes.
Off-putting.
Just weird. I would say weird. That, like you said, yes, these spaces that, I mean, there's evidence, it's cubicles. Some floors are full of cubicles. Some floors like this are just blank. But yeah, at some point there was a bunch of shit there. It was a bustling office. Now it's an empty, space waiting for someone to come in and fill it with people or, furry merchandise. Who knows what the hell they want to do out of that place.
Well, the back rooms are very popular right now. Recently, because there was a viral series of videos that was released, but then also like liminal spaces are very popular right now as a subject. I
was going to say, a year ago, I had no fucking clue what that term meant. Like, I'd never heard of it before. And then all of a sudden, like 5 months ago, it's like liminal, blah, blah, blah. Like, what the fuck does this mean?
All right. Well, you should take my class because I teach all about it. So the idea is that if you want something to watch, look up a user on YouTube that goes by Kane Pixels. That's Kane with a K, because he did a series of videos, a found footage series on the back rooms. It's excellent. It's fantastic. One of the most impressive, I forget the term of that type of horror project. It's the not found footage, but analog horror, where it's just these YouTube videos that are creepy and unsettling. But that video went viral this week, but naturally people on X are a little angry about that. So I'm going to go ahead and read this thread.
Well, okay, please do, because I want to know why the people of X are angry.
Okay, so the title of the thread is "The Backrooms Are Real," and quote, "You guys remember when the backrooms were still cool and mysterious and not some shitty Reddit LARP? The simulation got too close to everyone discovering a flaw in the collective memory that so many people shared a feeling of when they first saw this picture. So it had to whip up clever bullshit way to make people stop caring about it, and that's by using Zoomers on Reddit and their stupid tier imaginations to make the backrooms into a fucking joke. Then voila, no one takes the backrooms even the least bit seriously anymore. We were on the cusp of something. So many real, genuine questions about collective consciousness, simulation theory, alternate realities, and more were about to be asked and then further explored. And then just as fast as those questions were being asked, the backrooms community becomes flooded with idiots and their stupid LARP wikis full of dumb shit like almond water and party poopers and other shit like that. Now no one considers that this is just maybe there is something to be genuinely learned and studied by a real-world collective memory phenomenon seemingly caused by the backrooms. So that's the gist of the complaint that starts off the thread.
That's not word salad. That's word spaghetti.
Right. So yeah, just the idea that like the backrooms were raising interesting questions about collective consciousness and simulation theory and everything like that, and then it got popular and now it sucks.
So what you're saying is that this person is being a paranormal hipster.
I was gonna say liminal hipster.
Yeah.
Yeah, very very hipsterish.
It's this is like this from oh god, it reminds me of Slender Man.
Right. Well, and yeah, and you know the thing is, the backrooms, it's just an extension of the story of the labyrinth of the Minotaur. That's all it is.
I mean,
it's
you're in there and there's a thing after you. Yeah.
Yeah. So I thought it was just interesting to kind of look at like, well, okay, now the shit's popular, so now everybody hates it.
God damn.
Or at least they claim to hate it.
God damn it.
Like, but it does raise some interesting questions about that idea of like simulated reality and slipping into new realities and that sort of thing. But again, it's still dealing with those archetypes of the ancient lore, like such as, you know, the labyrinth. So I thought that was interesting. Like, I've been into the back rooms recently because I've not physically been in there.
Okay,
but
I was going to say.
I've been into like reading and viewing stuff about it because a lot of my students were really interested in it. Like when we were talking about liminal spaces, they're like, "Oh, you mean like the back rooms?" So I'm picking up what they're putting down and I'm kind of experiencing it and that sort of thing. Like I've known about it for a while, but just to see this kind of like, well, we had it first, now it's popular, it sucks sort of thing.
God damn it. Yeah, I don't know. It just fucking hipsters.
Right.
So what else have they said in there?
So it's a lot of people like a lot of people like agreeing. Like one reply, haha, is just like my video games because of the whole clipping thing. There's people who are kind of on that idea of the appearance of the back rooms changing. So at one point it was like the labyrinth. Now we're seeing it as these displaced urban settings. Talks about like the larger idea of the mazes and everything like that. They're trying to put together a group to talk about the real back rooms and shit like that. It's just it's an X thread.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But just like that larger idea of like, I think it would be fun to cover this eventually. Just because there's a lot of like stuff that can be talked about here.
Sure.
And there's one person who's saying like it got lame when people started adding monsters to it and tying it to like SCPs.
I was actually going to say this does remind me of like the Stairway SCP.
Mm-hmm. And then here's an interesting reply. It starts off with calling three other people idiots. You course. Idiots are getting it all wrong, or that maybe you're purposely trying to throw off the thread for whatever reason. No clipping is simply the name given because that's what it resembles. But if we are to take into account simulation theory and maybe a bit of quantum, then it's actually just a plausible theory to question that a quantum accident could happen, enabling a way for an individual object or maybe even someone's astral form to pass through an opening or no clip out of reality into an adjacent one. Because according to some actual theoretical physics, okay, that's weird. I thought they said physicists, but they just wrote, according to some actual theoretical physics, quantum theoretically dictates that until an object is observed, it doesn't have a set state of matter. Now think about it. What if there was something minute cosmic accident? Yeah, see, this is all word salad, but what if there was some sort of minute cosmic accident where an object, such as a wall, wasn't observed properly, like walking into it backwards or something, or maybe just a single millisecond of a chance you're able to pass through it accidentally. There are actually stories about these things that are apparently happening to people in real life, urban legends at least, but the stories are out there. So I think it's interesting. Like it's written terribly.
Yeah. Oh God,
worse than that article about the
yeah. Holy shit. Yeah.
But like the point is interesting, and that's always interesting about like X. You'll get those weird like they're not. I wouldn't say they're very lucid posts, but they're getting to something.
Well, yeah. I mean, they put forth interesting philosophical ideas.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this is like the same idea of I opened the refrigerator and now I'm under the map.
So they mentioned the observer and quantum, phenomenon.
Mm-hmm.
There's a key point there though that's quantum phenomenon.
Mm-hmm.
It's that has never been documented
on a macro
particle scale.
Right, and they just say they literally just call it quantum. They don't call it quantum theory, quantum phenomenon. They just call it quantum theoretically dictates. Like what?
Yeah. No.
And yes, there's a lot of really strange shit that we don't understand that goes on in the quantum realm, in the sub, even not even nuclear, but the sub elementary particles, proton, neutron, and electron, smaller than that just we don't have a good grasp on. It's just so weird. But to extrapolate that into walls just cannot exist because you're not looking at it.
Mr. Rogers, when I was a kid, made sure that I understood that just because I can't see my chest because I'm wearing a shirt doesn't mean my chest isn't there.
Yeah, I mean, well, you can observe it with your hands and stuff.
I know, but still.
But yeah, no, I mean, I think it does a disservice to, what is the true weirdness out there to try to, like, stretch it over this whole, thing.
I just sent you something really dumb. It's just titled The Back States.
I see that.
What?
I want to live. I want to live in land.
I don't know.
I live in Just Ask.
I want to live in New Tates.
I gotta open this in an actual browser so I can read it. Lake Doramos.
Last land.
Jaquap.
Lake Doramos. North Doramos.
Gintask.
I think on a globe, this would like wrap all the way around, so Maine would almost touch Washington.
New Virginia.
Ranter.
Sabmeg.
Crimea.
Ooh, Healthland.
Eastern
that sounds like somewhere to go.
Eastern and Western Drated.
Non-Vormia.
And then just, I don't know, where North Dakota and South Dakota, we're back there.
Yeah, it comes to...
New Canada.
That would be interesting if there were the back states we never knew about.
Yeah.
Sea Lied? Wow, that's really far from the sea.
Sacklin.
Wow, you hear East Coasters and West Coasters talk about the flyover states. There really are a lot of them.
Hey, time gets displaced when you're on a plane and you fly over like 100 states.
Yeah.
God damn it. Okay, there's one called Herds.
Green Rock.
Okay, you see Texas?
Yeah.
Like right to the left and slightly above Texas is Glade.
Well, Texas is kind of weirdly missing bits.
Yeah, of course it is.
Because part of it's now part of a Shandle over there by New Mexico.
What?
Look next to New Mexico. Shandle. That was part of formerly Texas.
Oh, it is. That's part of it. Yeah, and right next to New Madrid.
Oklahoma's
Virginia is Slaverb.
Oklahoma's panhandle is now Tremia.
Oh, goddamn. Ronald.
That's
right next to Nebraska.
Think of all the new cryptids we just discovered.
Oh, my
no
God.
Kidding. Wow.
Okay, you know what? I'm saying it. This is kind of what the United States looks like in Mailbox Rocket Ship whenever I get back to doing that comic.
This is what, like, Europeans think the United States is.
Upper knock. Jesus God, I love this.
Yeah, the post that this was attached to says, It's terribly spelled, but it says, "You're all toxic and I hate all of you. This is why the board hasn't made anything cool since the back states, which I'm sure you all hate."
God, look how big Canada is now. Canada's the size of, like, everything.
This is great.
And Mexico too.
Is fucking huge, man. That's why there's so many cartels. Holy shit, Mexico's like...
It has to be posted in the post for the podcast. You have to
okay. We're gonna put in a link to an image of the back states. God damn it.
Are those liminal states?
Probably yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah. So that's what
Holy
X gave
shit.
us this week.
Okay, you know what? I applaud them for the back states, just cause.
And I have to say that I'm really sad I don't have that job anymore, because I could be making bank with, like...
Right?
Oh yeah, you could be making YouTube videos.
There was so many like empty offices, like, and they were all different, so I could like just pretend they're all different liminal spaces. Spaces.
Liminal spaces. So, well, thank you for that from X, and thank you to X for that. We have a question this week from Ghost Forge.
Yes.
All right. I'm tired, so I'm going to try to read this as well as I can, all right?
Okay.
With how precise the tolerances need to be on how gravity and atoms function in order for the universe to be anything resembling life-generating, how likely do you think this makes our reality to be deliberately created by something or someone? And do you think that they're a divine being or some teenage nerds from hyperdimensional Shambhala setting up the world state for their next game of Godhead?
Anybody else want to go first?
Yeah,
Sure.
I guess I'll go.
Go for it.
So, yeah, there's that big question of like how our universe came together, how the laws of physics work, because it seems at times a little too orderly. You know, the idea of like, is there something that created something? And I think that's where like the simulation theory comes in. It's like the agnostic or atheist way to look at the idea of like an intelligent design and suggest that like, well, no, it's not God who did it, it's a simulation. That sort of thing. I think that's kind of what that question is getting at, unless I'm wrong.
No, I think you got it. But he's also asking, how likely do you think it is that reality was deliberately created?
That I'm not brave enough to come up with an answer. Like, there's a possibility, but I just don't know.
Well, here's my thing about the whole simulation theory, and we are still planning on doing that episode. We just have to get everybody together for it. Mm-hmm. But it's not God. It's some teenager or it's some scientist that created a simulation. Mm-hmm. Well,
or not even a simulation.
You know. But the point is,
universe.
Functionally, it's still a God to us, mm-hmm. having been outside of our known universe. As far as like, simulation theory goes. As far as I don't know. I mean, like, I think if there's a God and he created the universe, he created a lot of them. Mm-hmm. And,
yeah, don't put all your eggs in one basket.
Yeah, what if one fucks up? I mean, shit. Yeah.
I think I've seen this episode of Rick and Morty.
Yeah. Probably so. But I just, personally, I mean, I don't have proof that there is a God. I don't have proof that there isn't a God, but I also am one of those people that don't see why science and religion necessarily have to cancel each other out if you know how to think right.
Right.
So you're ready for this shit?
Oh boy, here we go.
Okay.
All right, hold on to your butts.
So I have an analogy here.
Okay.
Think of a loaf of bread.
Okay. Mike.
No, seriously, follow me here. Just imagine a loaf of bread.
I don't want to be in this loaf.
So, a loaf of bread, no matter where it came from, whether it was, spawned through some weird process or was baked by a mythical baker. The loaf of bread, through its mixing and proofing and baking, could not harbor life. Only in that brief window after it's cooled down enough, but before it rots away into dust, can it support mold. Do you think the mold living on the loaf of bread thinks, was this loaf made for me?
I guess I better hang myself then.
No, but that's the thing, is that it doesn't matter where the bread came from. If someone made it.
I would just like to point out that we are a little more complex than.
Well, yeah, but this is an analogy.
Yeah,
that's fair, but also like the analogy kind of has a little bit of a flaw because it's not taking into account the complexity of life in question.
Well, it's still just an analogy, but I get where Mike's coming from.
It's a thought experiment. It's like,
okay.
If you're able to question it, it doesn't really matter the source. It matters that you have that capacity.
I mean, that's fair. That's fair. I like being a dick.
Yeah, either way, I mean, yeah, it's a very simplistic analogy, obviously, because, the mold spores came from somewhere and all this stuff. But, the universe, like that loaf of bread, has a brief window where life is viable. Now, to us, it seems like an eternity. Like, millions of years ago, there were dinosaurs, and million years from when we're all dust, there'll still be, viable life on the earth. But in the scale of the universe, we're just the viable, the habitable zone of the universe is, a day out of, the lifetime of the universe.
Mm-hmm. No, I understand. I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
I want to think of myself as a little more complex than a little bit of bacteria growing on a loaf.
But you are. I mean,
I am.
And that's
unless I want someone to talk down to me, and then I'm not. If you get
well, you got to pay extra for that.
Yeah,
exactly.
But no, I mean, so I forget. Was it Sagan that said, the human mind is the universe trying to understand itself? That is very profound to me. That, no matter what our origins are, we are very special and very unique. We may not be the only intelligence in the universe, but there's not very many.
Yeah.
In the grand scheme of things.
And whether we're created or a random chance, that's still... I mean... In your creation, your personal creation, I don't want to get gross here, but, there were millions of sperm cells. Only one of those became you.
Hell, I'm going to blow your mind even more, Mike.
Yeah.
For at least a very, very brief period of time, my father had to find my mother attractive.
Yes, that's the other thing, is that...
Dude, it's a miracle I'm even sitting here right now.
Even leaving out the creation of the universe and the creation of life, how that all happened, every individual is a miracle. And I'm not a miraculous believing person, but that's what I believe.
I'm gonna say something here. That's going to sound really profound, and then I'm going to tell y'all where I got it, all right?
Yeah.
Do not let your origins be confused with your worth.
True. Yeah.
I got that from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, The Secret of the Ooze.
Well, there's a lot of wisdom thrown down in fiction.
Yeah, and that oh god, what's his name? Oh god, what's the actor's name?
Oh, I know who exactly you're talking about. He played Sark on.
Yeah.
On
Jesus, Tron. Fuck. What's his name?
I don't remember his name, but I know who you're talking about.
It's gonna kill me.
I'm looking this up. Sark, Tron. Like, I know exactly who you're talking about because I love him. He's
David
so great.
Warner.
David Warner.
David fucking Warner, because David fucking Warner.
Yep.
Love that guy. Mm-hmm. So yeah, that's our question, and boy, did that spark some philosophical.
Yeah, we got quite deep there.
We got deep as a butthole.
Yeah, started to have a little bit of an existential
salad sandwich.
X gonna give it to you.
I got through it.
You had an egg salad sandwich, is what you had.
I'm looking at his filmography right now, and he's been in some incredible movies.
And then he is in Ninja Turtles 2.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, The Secret of the Ooze.
And he played the Lobe in Freakazoid.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Wow. So, on
that note,
yeah, I guess that's it for the week. Thanks for tuning in, everybody.
This kind of on the cuff thing went a lot better than I thought it would.
Yeah, no kidding. It usually does.
Yeah.
Well, we get along so damn well.
We have that chemistry.
Chemistry, is that what it is?
Yeah.
Is that everyday chemistry like that Beatles album? Brought it back around.
Comes back.
Yeah, baby. That's how you're right. Okay, so.
That's how you
act
bullshit.
like you're right. Yeah, because I'm never right. All right, so.
Always wrong, Kevin.
Guys, it looks like this Sunday, all goes well, we're going to be recording the crossover with Key Party.
Oh, boy.
And I have got my script ready for it.
Boy.
I have a prescription ready for it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
For space herpes?
I'll bring the prophylactics.
I'll bring the alcohol.
Better bring galactic prophylactic. Yeah. Space rubbers. All right. Thank you, everyone, for listening. We really appreciate it. I know we lost a lot of subscribers due to the whole Spotify thing that's going on right now. I appreciate all of you that are still sticking with us. It's awesome. I'm just glad we're available on so many different platforms, including, apparently, we are on iHeartRadio.
Oh, hell yeah.
I didn't know that.
They picked up our feed?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
They're really desperate.
Yeah, so if you're on iHeartRadio, you can find us on iHeartRadio, too. So there you go. So don't forget to head to our website, which is supernatpod.rocks or supernaturalselectionpod.com. We now actually do have a link to the Patreon, which new content for that coming next week. And we've got, the Discord where you can pop in, ask us questions, be goofy as hell, share memes, whatever. And, you can find everything you need to on our website at supernatpod.rocks. You can find us on the social at supernatpod. That's on Twitter and Facebook. David, where can the nice people find you?
You can find me on the socials as HB Comic. That's at HPKOMIC. Yeah, that's all I got.
Cool. Nothing wrong with that, man. Mike, got anything you want to plug?
No, I'm good. Thank you. Come again.
God damn it.
Another Simpsons reference. Good
yes. Hey, that's funny. You remember when they first started showing The Simpsons on FXX? Mm-hmm. And I started watching, and I watched like all the way through. I was just like, damn, this is where my entire sense of humor came from.
Well, didn't they start that with like a 6-week marathon of just every episode at the time?
Yes, and that's what I did.
Jesus Christ.
So, anyway, that's it for this week. We'll see you next week. Don't forget to spread the word. Until next time, stay safe and stay frosty. Goodbye.
Later.
Forget to bring a towel.
God damn it, Tally. You're the worst character ever.